All right, guys, welcome back. It's good to have you guys in the studio today. Today we have Will Jordan right here in the studio. So a little story about Will. Will is a kid that I really actually love from the team this year. He's a kid who's been honored for something that he really did that really moved my heart. Coming into the season, last year we had a situation where the kids couldn't have a locker room, so we put in a situation where kids got to change outside in the hallway. And a lot of you guys know me. I spend time with my youngsters. I do a lot of team building activities with them, things of that nature. So a lot of you guys know I'm big on the player spirituality, their physicality and mentality. It's not just about teaching them football. I do a lot of things to help these young men make a lot of decisions. So you guys know I put a lot of effort. But, for whatever reason, last year and this year, I've just been on the cool. But then something amazing happened. And you guys know every year, of course, I play. I pray every game with a team and all that good stuff. But all of a sudden, out of this year, last year, I wasn't really like that. I was just kind of out of the loop. Then something amazing happens when I have Will show up to me at practice and, say to me, Coach, would you pray with me? I would love to do it even every practice, but at least every game. And that really moved my heart because, as a Christian, you want your faith to be confronted every time. You don't want to always be comfortable, So when he came my way to just do that, I thought that was pretty special and pretty, it's a special moment, and it was pretty good to see that from the player. So I have him in the studio today, so let's talk with him. Will, how are you doing today?
I'm feeling pretty good. I just finished a track meet. That was a lot of work. That was cool.
Wow. How did that go?
It was definitely a learning experience because I've never ran track before, but I did it to get quicker for football.
Wow, that's very good. You didn't place third or anything like that, right?
I didn't do as best I could have. But
okay.
I didn't really know what I was doing.
So. Okay. All right, that's good. All right, and this is not varsity or JV track or anything like that. It's just simply track or.
Yeah, they're everybody from the whole school is on one team. So there's about 140 kids, I'd say.
Wow. That's pretty big. Right, that's good. Good to have you in the studio. And Dad, thank you for bringing him in the studio. Will's dad is in the studio as well. So, like I said, Will played. What position you played in football?
I played cornerback.
Cornerback, right. So Will was a cornerback for Langley High School football. And he's being honored today with our faith award that we give to the student athlete who shows a good example of his faith. And like I said, he challenged me, not that I don't want to do it, but the fact that the kid was bold enough to come up to me and tell me that is special. So I kind of wanted to ask, what made you really come talk to me we had about 4 coaches, right? Yeah, he came and talked to me about this, and it's just a general question, just to ask you, what really made you take that step, and what really made you want to do that, and what made you come and talk to me? I ask these questions so if somebody's listening, maybe they can be moved and touched by your answer and take the right step in case they are not so bold in walking in their faith. So you stood strong and walk by your faith without anybody confronting you, without anybody pushing you. So, what really was going through your head? What made you take that step?
Over the summer, I saw some guys talking about, you having spirituality and you, having this sort of show. So I looked into it and I thought this is something that I would want to, ask him about. So I took this step forward and I went up to you, in one of the July practices, and I decided this is, something that I want to do, before games.
Okay, wow, that's very special, and I want to say, God bless you too for taking that step because a lot of young men are not so bold, in standing up for their faith, especially at the high school level, because you know how they are gonna see you. A lot of people will see you, differently. So some people just want to just be with a crowd. So hey, I really respecting that you stood by your faith, and you were bold enough to talk to me about that. So that was very awesome. So it was very special to also pray with you on the sideline and just have that special moment with you. You know, that's a very special moment, because I believe as a coach, it's not just about coaching the kid, you know, you guys, but it's also about, you know, bonding with you guys, helping you guys in the right direction, you know, and coaches should be able to be there for that. So I'm glad I was able to be a part of, you know, that small segment of your freshman career. So, you know, I encourage you, you know, always stand by your faith, and, you know, and just stand by what you believe, you know, and don't let anybody, you know, intimidate you, and keep it up. So real quick, let's move to football. So you started the off season with a team and everything, right?
Yeah, I worked with Coach Berlin and Coach Pottinger in April at Cooper. I think mid-April they showed up to Cooper. We worked out there. I made as many of the practices as I could. That went pretty well. And then I feel like that helped me transition into the summer workouts and then eventually into the season. Okay,
wow, that's very good. Coming into the season, cornerback was what you wanted to play, or you had other positions you really wanted to play?
I thought about wide receiver a little bit, but I was pretty set on cornerback.
Okay, you were pretty set on cornerback. That's very good, yeah. You know, just give me what are some of the fundamentals you learned as a cornerback?
I definitely learned you should always, you know, have the ball in your sights and have, you know, good field positioning.
Okay.
I don't know if that was the proper terminology to use, but just know where you are on the field at all times. Have good awareness, I should say.
Okay. All right. What were some of the good things that you feel like you accomplished as a player during your freshman year, on the field, off the field? It doesn't really matter, but what are some of the good things you thought you accomplished?
I feel like probably what I'm most proud of is just, you know, giving my 100% best effort every practice, every game, every scrimmage. Just, you know, putting everything I had out on the field every night.
Okay. All right. Did you have any things that you felt you could have done better, you know, that you really need to work on moving forward, or you should have worked more on?
The thing that I definitely wish that I knew how to do going into the season and, you know, as the season went on, was definitely tackling and hitting kids.
Okay.
That was a transition that I wasn't prepared for, and that I didn't really feel like I knew, you know, I couldn't just mentally get accustomed to tackling. Okay.
All right. That's good. Yeah, and I applaud you for that. This wasn't your first year playing, right?
This was.
It was? Okay. First year doing tackle football. Right. So I applaud you guys for it, because a lot of you guys weren't, you know, guys that have been playing for a while. We had a lot of guys that were playing for the first time, as, you know, any freshman team probably will have. So it was pretty good to see you guys come out, and I believe you did a lot of good stuff, you know, on the team, you know, aside from you know, me seeing this part of you who is a respectful young man, you know, somebody who's always trying to listen to what the coach is saying, trying to be close to the coach, that kind of stuff. Aside from all that, you know, you made plays when you had to, you know, especially at practices, making sure that, you know, you're helping out the team whenever you are needed. You know, you could be a cornerback, you could be here, you could be all around the field, and I really applauded you for that. You know, sometimes you went out of your way just to, you know, make sure that the team have the right preparation, you know, towards whatever games we had to play. And I think that was very good, because it helped the team in the long run. So you know, thanks for not being selfish, you know, and being a selfless young man. You know, there's a lot of good things about you, and I hope, you know, you let that carry on into your future years and whatever you do with your aspirations in life. So real quick, what I want to ask you is that, did you learn any lessons aside from you doing good stuff, did you learn any lessons from this year's football season that you are going to carry on in life, or that you think you can carry on in life?
I think the biggest thing that I learned was just to remain humble and know what your role is in whatever you're doing. So if that's to be the scout, like the best scout team player you can be, do that. If, you know, you're starting and getting every minute at your position, then do the best at that.
Okay. All right, that's very good. Real quick, with this year's whole campaign, that is from week 1 to week whatever. How many times we played? 10. All right. So all the games we played. All right. What do you feel was the change? You realize we started off slow, then all of a sudden something changed, and we all of a sudden had a beast in us. So let me make it more about you guys, because the team is really about you guys. We are there for you guys. So what really went on with you guys? What changed?
I think Nate finally started to hit his stride as a quarterback. My bad.
Okay.
I think Zach also finally started to find his stride, and I think the whole team was just really hungry for a win, and that was our driving factor.
Okay.
We lost 4 straight. We didn't want to keep losing, so we got out there 1-1, and then we thought, we can do this. We can, win 4 straight, win all of our last games.
Okay. All right, that's good. And that was very good. How you guys transitioned in that, and you all played a key role in that. So that was very good. Aside from everything that we've talked about today, okay, are you planning on playing in future years, or you have other sports that you're looking more towards playing?
I think football is going to be my big sport that I look at for
okay school. That's going to be one of your primary sports you're going to look into. Okay, that's very good. What are your plans towards being a better player, as far as anything you can think about? I don't want to limit it to just your physical aspect of it, but whatever you think is important for you to be well ready for future years, varsity levels and stuff like that. So what are some of the things you plan on doing?
I think that's a good transition. I just need to study the game more and consume as much football as I can. Watch wide receivers, watch defensive backs, see what they do in a game, see how I can add sort of those skills into my own game. And just think about how I can make myself a better player, find the flaws that I need to fix, and fix those. Okay.
All right. That's very good. All right. Let's go straight into your awards. I know you were recognized today. What did the team recognize you for?
The team recognized me with Scout Team MVP.
Okay, Scout Team MVP. Yeah. Okay, that's very good. And what does that award mean to you?
To me, it really shows that I gave everything I could at practice, and the starting defense got out there, but coach needed me to really give them a challenge and to prepare them for the games well. Okay.
All right, that's very good. I ask you this question because a lot of guys once. Depending on the kind of team you're on, all right, some guys will see scout team guys not essential to the game, but that's the best key role you have. When I played high school football, you know who they use me for? They use me for the star player of the other team. Yeah, because I was just that physical, right? Doesn't mean the coach used me in the game. He probably didn't, like he should have. But at practice, every single time they use me as the star, they will usually give you a red or yellow shirt, so you know this is the star player. All right, and if it's a running back, I'm playing running back, and their job is to hit me hard. So I was kind of put it, in other words, dummy. But then, when I say the word dummy, you understand what that means, right? Right, not like dummy as in somebody who's dummy like that, but in football, when we use the term dummy, it's like you making yourself a tool, for the team to work. I don't know how to explain it well, but you making yourself a resource, for the team to use. So anyways, so I was like that. I was being used for the star guy, with a yellow shirt on. People come tackle me, that kind of thing, simply because I would run hard, and they knew it, and so they would just make me that guy. Unless if it's one of those plays where they need a wing guy, but anything in the backfield, I was that guy they are using, So, again, I wasn't recognized for an award like that or anything like that, which, I don't need to, because it's in you, right? It's a part of you. But doing stuff like that, you have to understand, it really goes a long way, and it helps you as a young man, So that's kind of why I asked you, is there anything you learned that you think you're going to carry on in life and that kind of stuff? Because these are certain things you learn, The fact that you were selfless on the field, certain points, I'm sure you could have really been broken because you probably felt like you can't tackle, right? And you could have felt like, man, this sport is not for me, right? But you always kept going, and when you banged up, you pick yourself back up, So I saw all these things on you when you are wounded, you are trying to take an extra step. I saw these little things on you, and I think that's a key thing as a young man, and it takes you a long way. So good job with that, because I think that was a very positive thing that I saw with you throughout the season, and I hope you work on that, and you let that carry on with you. Not just on the field, but also off the field and in life. And I believe you're going to be a very successful young man. So you were recognized for being the team's scout team player of this year's campaign. Are there any other accomplishments that you accomplished throughout the season that you want to talk about, as far as certain things you recognize? Maybe you had this amount of tackles, that kind of accomplishments.
Well, I'd say what probably felt the best was in the first game of the season. I got my pick.
Okay.
I got it. It wasn't on camera because Kevin's dad's camera apparently died right before my pick happened.
So so the first game of the season, you got a pick.
Yeah.
So break down that play for me.
I think this was pretty close to the goal line. They were on maybe the 25-yard line, maybe around the 20 actually, and I was guarding my man. He kind of slipped behind me a little bit, so I turned and chased him.
Okay.
And the quarterback, I saw him launch it deep to us, but it looked a bit underthrown, so I knew I could take the ball in, and I just did. But I overjumped a little bit, so I just got shoestring tackled. But I still came down with the ball, so I got an interception.
Okay, that's very good. Let me ask you this question while we at it. So as a cornerback, when you line up, what are you thinking about?
I'm thinking, how can I contain this person and, just don't let them get behind you, I should say.
Okay. All right. And what are the kind of stuff you're analyzing until a play comes to an end? Like, go with me through an average play process. What are some of the things you process in your mind, you analyze as a cornerback?
When everybody first lines up, I think about how many receivers they have split out.
Okay.
What other defensive backs, potentially the linebackers, should be doing on this play.
Okay.
I think about whether they might run it, throw it deep, throw a quick short pass that I should contain, just things like that. And then if it is like a deep pass, I know I need to run as hard as I can, stay with my man, and make sure that they don't get the ball.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very nice to have you in here. So with this organization, we are Live for Christ Networks Incorporated. And just like you said, some of the guys were talking about how Coach does all this kind of stuff. So it is registered in the state of Virginia. It's a 501c3 nonprofit organization where our aims is to help the community. Even though we are a Christian nonprofit organization, it's we do a lot of things that I know not so much. Everything is we do it to the glory of God, but we do other things such as teaching piano. We teach piano classes, and like this morning I had a piano lesson for 3 hours, early morning from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. So stuff like that. We do all that kind of stuff to help out the community, young artists, that are into music, stuff like that. They come here to record their music. We help manage a lot of people. So there's a lot of things we are doing as an organization. So this year, what really made me decide that, hey, let me reward some of you guys that I saw a lot of good things on, because a lot of you guys did well, but you three guys that I pulled to the side, I thought you guys really stood out to me, and especially you, because with the experience that I had with you, it was very special, and it just helped me to kind of really think about it. It's like, hey, no matter what the situation is, just do what you can for the kids, and I'm glad at least one kid, had the kind of boldness, and I'm sure you saw after you made that choice, a few other guys, wanted to get in and also pray. That was you boosting their confidence. By you taking a step of faith, you helped others recognize, hey, I shouldn't be playing with my faith. So, we are not here to, get on people about that, but we just want to encourage you, hey, whatever you believe in, stick strong for it. Stick strong for whatever you believe in. Don't let anything intimidate you, and just think for what you believe in. And it goes a long way. I don't know if you've read the story in the Bible, but the Bible does say, if you deny God in the presence of the people that you think are so cool, like for instance, you have this party that's coming. Is it tonight? Right, tonight's party, and maybe you wanted to share something nice with somebody. I know obviously you're not going to share anything like that at a party, but let's just say you happen to have an opportunity to share something with somebody who's feeling down. Maybe somebody's sitting on the couch, and this lady or this young girl is feeling very sad, and you can tell something is wrong with this girl, whatever her name is, Kelly, Alicia. Hey, why not go to Alicia and tell Alicia, hey, God loves you, that kind of thing. So the Bible do say something along those lines. Hey, don't deny him in the presence of these friends that you find cool, because you think, they're so cool and they will laugh at you, that kind of stuff. So the fact that you did that, it really was a big step, because your friends also began to see that, and they also, joined in, and that was pretty cool to see. At least, a few of the guys joining in and, taking that step of faith. So anyways, well, thanks for coming in. Let me present your award to you. Then we're going to have our second segment, which will be very quicker. So once again, for those of you guys that are listening to the radio and the TV, that is Will Jordan here in the studio that we are talking to. Do you have any last minute remarks that you want to give?
I just want to say thank you for this opportunity, and shout out to Jack Connor, my mom and dad, my grandparents. I love all of y'all.
Awesome. So that was Will Jordan for you guys from Langley High School. That is cornerback number 3. You were number 3, right? Yep. All right. So those of you guys that are watching the TV, that is his pictures flowing on the screen. Okay. So that is Will right there for you guys. So that picture you guys are seeing is Will praying with me at one of the games, and we did that every game. He would come up to me even if I'm busy. He would come up to me, Coach, can we pray? And then we go ahead and just pray. So that's how we pray every time on the field. Hold each other, say a quick prayer. So, and that's him lined up as a cornerback, as a lot of you guys are seeing on the TV. And I believe he has one more picture that I have in here. It will come in a few seconds. So that is Will for you guys. Great kid. Humble young man, and that is him, a cornerback. He looks like, what game is that? That's Herndon?
That was Herndon, yeah.
Right. It looks like he's trying to tell them somebody split out. I can't really tell what you're doing there. You can't really tell either. No, yeah. Right. It looks like, do it with your hand pointed out. It looks like you telling them there's a wide out, a split out there or something like that. Anyways, cool. So that is Will for you guys here in the studio, and we are glad to have him. So let's present him with our award. So let me read what this says, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay. So you guys are watching from the small screen here. You guys can see it. Okay, so that's what we are presenting. It's just a certificate for Will, and this is what it reads: Christian Athlete of the Year. Okay, and that is Will Jordan, in recognition of walking in faith and boldness on and off the field. Inspirational athlete. Okay, he walked in faith, and he was an inspiration not just to his teammates, but to his coach. All right, and other coaches, and I'm sure there are some people that were in the stands that never talked to us, but they really saw a coach and a player praying as a very powerful move, and maybe they just didn't talk to us. So I'm sure you inspired many others that saw us and didn't say anything. So I just wanted to say, just keep up in that faith. It brings me to the story that you're a believer of the word, obviously, right? And the word explains that we are not justified by our works. So I wasn't so surprised that you came to talk to me at practice. Because somebody would be like, man, that's crazy. How's this kid talking to me? All right, but we are not justified by that, because God always goes ahead of us and get things taken care of. We just got to have to walk in obedience, all right, and that kind of stuff. So anyways, so that is our award for Will, and we would like to present him with that award. So those of you guys that are watching him on the camera, so yeah, that's the main camera for you on that. So that is Will's award. He's showing it to you on the side camera. Okay, all right. So that's Will for you guys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for our interview. Those of you guys that join us live, God bless you all. And Will has a lot of things going on. His birthday is actually tomorrow, right? So they're gonna have a birthday celebration tonight. So Will is a busy man. He just came from a track meet. Obviously, you just heard him say it. So we don't want to wait him for too long because he has a lot of things ahead of him he has to take care of. Okay, so those of you guys that tune in, we want to say thank you all. I see Mr. Say tune in. He said, have a good day. Kobe Lyrics tune in, and he said, how you guys doing? So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm not going to be able to check on the rest of the stats, but if you have tuned in, we want to say thank you. And once again, this is Will for you guys, Will Jordan from Langley High School. And we did an exclusive interview with him here in L4C Multimedia Studios in a coverage of him accepting his award for being the Christian Athlete of the Year 2018 for L4C Networks. Once again, we are L4C Networks, and we are vessels in the expansion of God's kingdom. We promote positivity and good stuff. So that is what we are all about. So anyways, thank you for joining us and tuning in. And until next time, you all remain blessed. Have a blessed weekend. Until next time, bye-bye.